Hello everybody. In this video, we will talk about logic with functions in Python. We will begin by combining our knowledge of logic statements with functions. We'll start off by creating a function which will check if a number is odd or not. To do that, we will use mod operator with not equal sign. Let me remind you what a mod operator does. The mod operator basically returns the remainder of a division. Now let's start creating our function. The name of the function will be is odd with parameter called number. Now for the code inside, I'll create a variable called result where it will store the result of the check. Now for the logic, I'll say number mod 2 not equal to 0. Meaning if the number that I will pass isn't equal to 0 after continuously dividing by 2, then it will be odd. Then return result. After that, return the result. Now I'll go ahead and call the function and pass in the parameter 8. Now after executing, you can see that the result is false, meaning that 8 is not an odd number. Now let's try 7. Now if I want to keep the code more concise, I can remove the variable and instead I can return the result directly instead of saving it in a variable. Now what if I want to check any number inside of a list is odd or not? To do that, we will create another function and call it isOddList. Now for the logic, I'll say for num in number list, if num mod 2 not equal to 0, return true, else false. Now let's explore the logic of the code. I've said here that I want to check each individual element of the list using for loop. And if that each individual element divided by 2 continuously does not leave 0 as a remainder, then return true or else don't do anything. Now let's call the function. Now if the list have a number which will not leave 0 as its remainder after getting divided by 2, then return true. Now after executing, you can see that I have received true, meaning that there are numbers inside of the list which are odd. You might think why I'm not returning false here instead of just pass. Well, the reason for that is that actually the return statement is used to exit a function with a value. Now if I will return false instead of pass, then the else block of code would cause the function to return false as soon as an even number will be encountered, regardless of whether they are odd numbers later in the list or not. This may result in incorrect output. But if you want to return false, you can still do that by taking advantage of Python indentation. Let me show you how. Now this false statement will be executed after when the loops will be finished looping through the elements inside of the list. Let me show you an example. Now that's it for this video. Today I taught you how you can combine logic with functions. If you have any doubt, you can always go to the comment section to ask them there.